Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wild Talk. I am your host for this evening. My name is Brighton, and I am joined by my color commentator, Ron. Say hello, Ron.
Hello, I am here. I am ready.
He is, in fact, here, and we'll find out if he's ready. That is to be determined. And where would we be tonight without our main event, our MC, our main attraction, as it were, Mike, the animal expert. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how's it going? You guys ready to talk about some animals?
I am now,
Yes.
baby.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we're going to start off with a scene. I'm going to set the scene. I want you to picture this. I want you to picture this in your mind. Is your mind ready?
Oh, my mind's ready, big boy.
All right. Great.
Yes.
All right. It's late at night, and you're a little mouse scampering along the forest floor, scrounging for food under the cover of night. Suddenly, a rat snake lunges out from the fallen leaves, taking you by surprise. You're barely able to jump out of the way and make your escape, but the snake is hot on your tail, tempting to take bites out of you. You instinctively take shelter in a fallen log, unbeknownst to you that you have just inadvertently sealed your fate. You are cornered, no way out. The snake is taking its time, creeping up to you, fully aware that you have nowhere else to run. As the snake is about to enjoy its hard-earned meal, it is abruptly yanked out of the log and disappears into the silent night. After the dust settles, you carefully poke your head out of the would-be tomb. To your relief, it appears there to be no sign of the snake, and you venture back out into the darkness, passing over a lone owl feather. If you haven't figured it out yet, today's episode is going to be focused on owls. But not just any owl. We're talking about the Bubo virginianus, otherwise known as the great horned owl. So tell me, Ron, what image comes to mind when you hear great horned owl?
Well, first off, when I hear the word owl, I think of Hoot Hoot and also the little cartoon owl from the Tootsie Roll commercials.
That's a good owl.
That is a good owl. He can get to the center of a Tootsie Pop with just 3 licks.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Owl with those big old eyebrows. I don't know that's exactly what a great horned owl is, but that's what I picture because he's great. He's got those eyebrows that look like horns, and he's an owl.
That is a pretty accurate description, Ron. Great job. What about you, Brighton?
I don't think I can put it any other way. Owls, they do in fact say hoot. Can confirm. I've read many a children's book that include owls saying who or hoot. It's up in the air. I don't know if I've ever actually heard an owl say hoot, but that's fine. Hoot, who, what have you. I'm floundering. Mike, take it from me, please.
Well, you know what? You're doing a great job of describing at least the noises that they make, which is an important part of the whole anatomy of an owl, right?
Sure.
Well,
Make me feel better.
Yes. Great job. But I think we'll just cut right to the chase and talk about the most defining quality. It's in the name, the horns, or as Ron referred to them as, eyebrows. Well, I mean, Ron, that was a pretty good description, or a pretty accurate description of those quote air quotes horns, because they are not horns, but tufts of feathers called plumicorns, which are thought to act kind of like eyebrows. They help facilitate a form of nonverbal communication by way of like being able to raise or lower them or kind of like wiggle them around to send like messages to other owls across like far distances without having to make any noises. So yeah, kind of like a human's eyebrows. What do you think about that, Ron?
I mean, yes, I do express myself sometimes when I'm talking by moving my eyebrows around. And I know usually when I look at someone, sometimes the most defining feature on their face is their eyebrows. It just draws your attention to them. So, yeah, I can definitely, use eyebrows and everything for communication.
What about you, Brenton? Do you use your eyebrows for communication?
All the time. That is, in fact, how I got my wife to marry me. I gave her the old waggle dazzle, and she couldn't resist. She was immediately swooned, and the rest, as they say, is history. That is 100% an accurate reproduction of how I came to be married, and I will take no questions. Thank you.
You know what? I can support this because I've seen the wiggle. It is quite powerful.
Yeah, you're lucky there's no camera on me right now, or else you guys would be doomed.
All right. Well, being part of the Strigidae, which is the larger of the two main owl families, great horned owls have brown and tan feathers with white patches around their face, along with their plumicorns. Their coloration kind of acts like camouflage, which allows them to blend in amongst the trees. They have big yellow eyes, which are completely unable to move. To compensate for this, they have the ability to rotate their head up to 270 degrees, which is almost all the way around.
Wow.
270 degrees. It's pretty much 3/4 of a circle.
Well, the 270 degrees would make it really hard to sneak up on the owl.
Smug jerks.
Let it be known that Brighton is also a little bit salty, the fact that he can't turn his head 270 degrees.
It's true. This is a known quality of me, is that I am very bitter at my inability to rotate my head in a similar way to owls.
They're just lording it over you.
All right, enough of that. I'm going to get too upset.
Okay. Well, first we had the wiggle, now we have the head turn.
I know. This is becoming a very emotional podcast already.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put a trigger warning.
Trigger warning at the beginning of this.
Just a trigger warning for me. Just for me. Viewer discretion is not advised because this trigger warning only applies to Brighton.
This warning does apply if you are Brighton.
If you be advised, if you are in fact Brighton.
Be warned. You might get triggered.
We are not held liable for any actions you take after this.
Be kind to the owls. All right. They are one of the largest owls in North America, growing to an average height of 25 inches. They can get almost a foot wide and weigh about 3 pounds. Their wingspan can reach an impressive 5 feet in length. According to audubon.org, a website I got quite a bit of my research from, the great horned owl population is estimated to be about 5.7 million strong, putting them under least concern on the endangered species list. And they can be found all over North and South America. Their habitats are incredibly diverse and include deserts, woodlands, coastals, even urban regions. Having said that, though, they're most commonly found in forests and lightly wooded areas. So I'm going to play for you guys some sounds that the great horned owl can make. I want you guys to listen carefully.
I don't want you to play it. I want you to do it, Mike.
Wait, what?
No, Mike. I want you to make the sound.
Oh.
Eh.
I don't think
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
5 out of 7.
Well, that hooting noise is their general communication with each other, signaling other great horned owls in the area. This second sound is sort of like a barking sound that they will make whenever there's danger present or trying to scare off intruders in their territory. So I'm gonna play for that sound for you guys here.
Nope.
What? No. Seriously?
Mike. Do it. Do it, Mike.
For us. I think that was better. I give that a 8 out of 10.
I tried.
Out of 10. Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Yeah. Well, I guess let me actually compare it to the real sound. I don't know what an owl bark sounds like.
I did hear the real sound. It was pretty good, Mike. The barking was better than the hooting.
It sounds like my cat when they have a hairball.
Thank you, Ron. I'm going to just disregard Brighton's rating because I can't.
Hey, that's rude, Mike. I'm just gonna disregard everything Mike says for the rest of the show.
Well, speaking of hilarity, in my research, I came across a pretty funny story that was.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. Okay, go ahead.
In my research, I came across a pretty funny story that was published in Newsweek back in October 2022 in Eureka, Illinois. A man by the name of Eric Lind snapped a pretty cool photo, a couple photos of these guys.
I'm happy for you. I'm gonna let you show your little picture, but I need you to know it's pronounced Illinois.
What did I say?
You said Illinois.
Oops.
We're rolling. We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Oh, I would give him some slack. He's an animal expert, not a geographer.
Thank you, Ron.
I don't know that pronunciation of states has anything to do with geography.
You read maps. That's what a geographer
That's
does.
cartography.
Oh, oops.
Listen, Ron, stick to the numbers. Let me handle the word say good, okay?
22.
All right. Where were we? Eric Lind. Yes, Eric Lind snapped a few photos of one of these guys that had managed to steal one of those little toy horse heads. I think they're called like hobby horses.
Is that what they're called?
I think so.
Oh.
It could be.
It could be. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, one of those horse heads on a stick that kids ride around on, and it was just flying away with it. There are two photos in particular that are really great. One with the owl actually in flight, and the other that one that shows it just chilling on the fence with its prize. Why don't you guys take a look at the photos here?
I just saw the one that Brighton did with the zoom up. Father, help.
But it's great. I love it.
Father,
Yep.
Father, help. It's a pretty wild story. Makes me think of a witch flying around with a broomstick. Well, hey, maybe the owl thought the horse was food. Speaking of, let's talk about their diet. Any ideas what they like to eat, Brighton?
So the only thing I know about owls is the owl pellets in like middle school. So I assume they just eat a bunch of hair.
Okay, Ron.
I mean, I also know about the owl pellets, and they eat they have bones in them, so they eat some kind of, I guess, small creatures, and also from your story you told us, snakes.
Ron, those are clearly buffalo wings.
Okay, we'll just go with buffalo. They pick up a buffalo and eat the wings and drop the buffalo back off on the ground. Go like, okay, your wings are
That
flipped.
makes sense. That's why you don't see buffaloes with wings. Oh,
My God, you solved the mystery.
the conspiracies. Oh, I'm on to you, boys. Oh.
Well, in all seriousness, though, the great horned owl has the most diverse diet of all North American birds of prey. They mostly eat mammals such as rabbits, mice, woodchucks, squirrels. However, they do occasionally enjoy the nice, tasty insect. They will eat reptiles such as snakes, and they will even eat fish on occasion. They are also known to eat fellow birds such as hawks, crows, and even other owls. When hunting, they use their keen eyesight and hearing to pinpoint their prey, swooping down from the trees and snatching their victims up in their strong, sharp talons. In fact, according to Cornell Lab, you would need to apply about 28 pounds of force to break their grip on whatever became trapped in their clutches. That's how they're able to crush their prey and outright kill them as soon as they grab and get a hold of them. Talk about a feat of strength, or should I say, strength of feet. Anyways, oh, another fun fact that I learned from Audubon.org. Up in the north, during the frigid winter months, they will actually freeze and store their uneaten prey. Later, they will come back to it and they will thaw it out by a process of incubation, kind of like what they do, how they incubate their eggs. They'll just sit on it, let it thaw out from their body heat, and then they got a nice little convenient snack.
Huh. That's cool. Horrifying, but that's pretty cool.
It like reminds me of the story of them creepy Japanese folk tales of people getting frozen up in the mountains and later thawed to be used as a feast for like demons and stuff.
Oh wow, I've never heard of that one.
Also horrifying.
Very
Huh.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's circle back. Let's circle back on their.
Let's put a pin in that one. We'll talk about it again never. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's circle back to their keen sense of hearing. How's that sound? Well, Ron, what image comes to mind when I say the phrase facial disc?
A clock. Because a clock is a circle and you call it the face of a clock. I solved your riddle.
No, I mean it's not okay. Brighton, what about you?
Nothing I want to repeat on live air.
Well, facial discs refer to the group of feathers around the owl's face that forms sort of, well, a circular disc.
Oh, like they slammed their face into a brick wall.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they kind of have like
Oh,
indents.
okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the dogs who have those smushed in faces because they keep running into stuff.
It's definitely okay. The shape of these feathers help funnel and direct sound straight into their ears. Imagine cupping your hands around your ears and kind of get the idea. To further assist them with pinpointing sources of sound, their ears are asymmetrical. That is, one is positioned higher on their head than the other. That kind of works in a way of like sound reaching the lower ear first before it reaches a higher ear. They're able to like exactly pinpoint, kind of envision their surroundings in a 3D space. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I'm wrapping my head around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, careful, don't wrap your head around it too hard, otherwise you get a facial disc.
Oof, you're so right, Mike.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not a clock.
No. So we've covered appearance, diets, and hunting tactics. So the next logical topic is obviously going to be family life.
Oh, obviously.
Obviously. Brighton,
Yeah.
what do you think their nest would look like?
Well, I assume it looks a lot like those owl pellets I was talking about earlier. So, leaves and sticks and buffalo wings, things of that nature.
Okay, Ron?
I picture those giant blobs that are in trees made out of sticks and leaves and stuff like that.
Well, unfortunately, both of you are wrong.
Dang.
Interestingly enough, great horned owls don't actually make nests.
No, that's a loaded question, Mike. That's
It
not
was.
fair. You tricked me.
I did.
You believe this guy, Ron?
I mean, I thought it was funny, but also very cruel.
No, be angry with me.
No, don't be angry.
Be angry. Join me. Join me on the side of anger.
I don't want to join the dark side.
It's not the dark side. It's just the angry side.
I'm not angry. I'm just.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at my eyes.
Mad.
We're real mad. We're so mad.
Look at the eyebrows.
Ooh, yeah, give him the wiggle.
I don't want to look at the eyebrows.
Look
I'm
at
looking
him,
at something different.
Look at them.
I'm looking at the horse that says "Father, help."
Well, these great horned owls are giant squatters. They actually move into abandoned nests, or more commonly, hollowed out trees. That's why whenever you like picture an owl sitting in a tree hole, that's his nest. They also tend to like perch up in rafters of buildings, anywhere the work is already done for them.
Lazy, good for nothing birds.
Owls are among the owls are among the species of birds that will mate for life, laying a clutch of approximately 1 to 5 eggs once per year, and they will typically lay their eggs around February or March, and it takes about 30 days, about a month for the eggs to hatch. Ron, who do you think takes care of the babies?
The mother?
I also assume the mother.
Well, you're both wrong. It was a trick question again. They both take care of the babies.
Mike, I'm getting tired of this.
Okay, now I'm angry. I
Thank you.
don't like being tricked twice.
Co-parenting.
This guy.
But that does sound nice, though. They have both their parents with them. That does sound nice.
It is kind of nice. It's good for them. They both care for their little owlets until they're ready to fly off on their own. Now let's get into some really cool facts about great horned owls, as well as just other owls in general. Did you guys know that they're silent flyers?
I did not.
No.
Yep. Great horned owls make virtually no sound while flying through the air. There's actually a really great video. There's a video on YouTube on the BBC channel called The Silent Flight of an Owl. That's really fascinating. Where some scientists have a row of sensitive microphones all lined up on the floor, and on one end they have a little perch with a guy and some like food, and on the other end they have another perch where some birds are waiting. And they first send a pigeon across these microphones, and the sounds that pigeons make whenever they fly, that cooing, that flapping, and it like spikes the microphones. They pick up a lot of sound. Next they send a hawk across these microphones, and again, lots of flapping, lots of sounds. And then it's not a great horned owl, but a snowy owl. They have that ready to go. And when they send that one across the microphones, doesn't detect anything. Completely silent.
Thanks.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. It's like you'll never hear them coming. The reason why they can do this is partially due to the size of their wingspans. Like I said earlier, they have like a 3 foot wingspan. It's really big compared to their body. And with their large wingspan, that allows them to fly unusually slowly and with very little flapping needed, so you don't have that flapping noise. Another reason why they're able to fly so silently is because there are these little serrations in their wing feathers that sort of resemble teeth on a plastic comb. These serrations break up turbulent air that would otherwise create a swooshing sound that you typically hear from other birds. That, along with the velvety texture of their feathers, streamlines airflow and absorbs almost all of the sound. Well, thoughts, Brighton?
Well, that's horrifying. I mean, it's wild that a bird as big as an owl can, or is rather, can fly so quietly. I mean, it's cool. Hearing the science behind it, my mind is exploded.
Yes, scientific term of exploder. What about you, Ron? Thoughts?
I mean, these things. I thought owls were cool, but now I'm seeing them as really scary. They can see you coming from any direction, and now they're silent in their flights. It's like if one of the things wants to attack you, it's going to attack you, and you can't hide.
That is a terrifying thought, yeah. Also wanted to mention I found an interesting study about these serrations in their wings that was done by a PhD student, Krista, and I'm sorry if I pronounce this incorrectly, Lee Parn, back in 2017 at the University of California. She looked at 70 different species of owls and found that the owls that hunted larger prey, such as mammals and fish, had wider combs in their wings, which made them even quieter than the other owls that hunt smaller prey. Her findings kind of support two theories behind the evolution of silent flight, which is To be unheard by prey, or to better hear their prey? What do you guys think about that, Ron?
Probably to better hide themselves and not make any noise while they fly.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the theories. What about you, Brighton?
I mean, I have to agree. It's got to be because, bigger animals have bigger ears, therefore have better hearing. That's scientific. You can quote me on that. So bigger owls going for bigger prey need to be able to fly quieter so they don't get heard.
Yeah, that is like a big support of the theory. But the other theory is also interesting because think about it. If you got a lot of like whooshing and flapping noises going on around you, it's going to be hard to like hear and pinpoint like a little mouse scampering across the woods. You think?
That, yes, I actually agree with that. That is kind of true. You don't want a whole lot of noise while you're listening out for your prey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying strong.
Okay.
I'm holding fast to my morals
You know
and
what?
my grounds.
That is fair.
I have climbed this hill. I'm going to die on it.
And you're going to look proud doing it.
Got that right.
Well, let's close out by discussing great horned owls as depicted in folklore and media. Ron, can you think of any examples of great horned owls in media? You actually said one at the very beginning.
Yeah, Owl from Winnie the Pooh. He's the big owl who gave sagely advice, and that's immediately what I thought of. Honestly, when I think of owls in general, not just the great horn, I think of him. But now that you talked so more about him, he fits a great horned owl.
Yeah.
Other owls though is Hedwig from Harry Potter, but that was a snowy owl because it was white.
Yeah.
Snow is white.
Can't confirm.
I
Snow
can't
is white.
really- Scientifically proven, snow is white.
It's indisputable fact. Fight me.
Other than that, I really can't think of any owls. Like, really, any owls are jumping at me at the moment.
Well, thank God for that, Ron. That'd be pretty scary.
That would be. You wouldn't be able to hear them coming.
All right, they're silent.
And they'll be able to see me from any direction.
Mm-hmm.
You would die, Ron.
You would die.
Die.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at Owl the same way whenever I see Winnie the Pooh now. I'm just going to think, that guy's a killer now. Watch out, Pooh, he's coming for you.
Hey, Pooh, he's gonna steal Pooh's honey, and Pooh wouldn't even know.
Brighton, what about you? Can you think of any examples of great horned owls in media?
I can't, and I feel really bad about it, but I am drawing nothing but blanks.
That's all right. No, Ron did take one of the more obvious ones of Owl from Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, he took all the good owls, Mike. I'm really upset.
I didn't even know he was a great horned owl.
Yeah. He also took the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials.
He did. He left no owls for me.
I didn't think he was a great horned owl.
You know what? I'm going to pull that up real quick. I don't think he is a great horned owl. He doesn't have the eyebrows.
I think he's like, and he's also, and I'm trying to put this in a nice way, kind of dumpy looking.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know how to put it in a nice way, but he looks like an egg.
He kind of does. He is a nondescript owl, I think. But either way, there's actually a pretty interesting movie I remember seeing when I was a bit younger that had a lot of different owls in it that you guys might know, at least the Guardians of Gahul.
Never heard of it.
Heard of it, but haven't seen it.
I saw it, but it's been such a long time. I forget exactly what happens in it. I just remember that a lot of the owls had like little blades on their feet and that's their weapons. And I was doing a little bit of research into it, and yeah, there's a great horned owl family in it. And the movie is actually based on the book series. I've never read the books, but from what I've gathered online, it's a good book series. It's kind of like the whole Redwall series with the mice.
I completely honest, I only heard of the movie. I don't know anything about the books.
I just knew about the movie until I started doing research for this, and then I learned about the books.
I can't read.
Yet you get mad at improper grammar.
Yeah.
Listen, I can hear grammar just fine. It doesn't involve looking at anything. All right? Get off my back.
Fair enough. Nope, fair enough.
It sounds like you need some of the owls from folklore, such as Greek and Roman, when they were symbols of wisdom and intelligence.
It sounds like I could benefit from today's sponsor, Audible.
Red Shadow Legends.
Oh, owls have been symbols of wisdom and intelligence across all cultures. And according to centerofthewest.org, they talk about how Native Americans have a very unique depiction of the great horned owl specifically. They're often associated with night, death, and the underworld. This is most likely because of their ability to fly silently and how they're most active between dusk and dawn. Usually, dusk and dawn associated with the afterlife, you know. Also, among the Native American tribes, the great horned owls seem to be tied to spirits as well. Some believing they're manifestations of restless spirits or the spirit of a virtuous person. Barn owls in particular are thought to be spirits of wicked individuals. What do you think of that, Brighton?
Get wrecked, I guess.
Ron?
Boo on the barn owls, I guess.
Sucks to be a barn owl. Should have made your character better, I guess.
Yeah. Should have rolled better stats.
Yeah.
To wrap everything up, I want to note that great horned owls are, as I've said, thankfully, very low concern in terms of endangered species. Despite this, there are still constant threats of poaching, rodenticides, and general habitat loss. What can you as a listener do to help preserve these truly majestic creatures? Well, the easiest thing that you could do is try to avoid using poison as much as possible if you have a rodent problem. Try other things like traps and such. Well, that is it for owls for today. Want to open the floor. Brighton, you got any questions?
I sure don't, man. I am all owled out.
Well, it was a good bit of information. What about you, Ron? You got questions?
Relating back to when you talked about the families and me being a numbers guy, I was doing some calculating, and you said they laid between 1 to 5 eggs per year.
Yeah.
How long does it take for the nestlings after they hatch and grow up to leave the nest? Because if they stick around for a long time, it's going to build up over the years. That's going to be a really big nest.
You know what? That is an excellent question. According to this natural history journal, they tend to start venturing off on their own, testing to see how far out they can go after about like 6 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, when the new eggs are laid, the other ones probably be out and about and gone by then, so they won't get like a big old nest.
Nah.
That's cool.
You're
All right, Mike, I'm going to cut you off there, okay? You're done talking about it. All right.
All right.
All right, so I want to say thanks to Mike for talking at us about owls. That was very cool of him.
No problem.
Very fascinating creatures, these owls. I want to thank Ron. Ron, you're a good boy. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I want to thank our listeners who, are out there listening. That's pretty cool of you, too. You should keep doing that. We like that about you. We've always appreciated that about you. If you, want to leave any questions or comments, please feel free to do so. We will do our best to read them and get back to you. Until next time, we will catch you on the next episode of Wild Talk.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.